everybody. I am here today to introduce us to a new concept, next phase of our backwards cocktails at home. What's in your fridge cocktail? I'm just going to introduce you to sort of the concept behind that series. You'll see a similar format that we've been doing where different bartenders from Backwards are going to take you through their process of creating a drink. Kind of grabbed everything that I thought might be a potential cocktail ingredient, mostly so that I could show you how broad this project could be. We're gonna all get creative together. No matter what you find in your pantry or your fridge, you can put something together that's gonna be delicious. We're just using base spirits for now, so you're gonna need some sort of like sweet element to your cocktail. You could use sugar to make yourself a simple syrup, like a brown sugar, or maybe you've got honey, maybe you've got some maple syrup. You have some jam, a can of sweetened condensed milk, a can of soda, other types of sodas. Depending on what style of cocktail you're making, you might also want an acid. So kind of like classic would be limes, lemons, citrus, vinegar, a can of pineapple juice. If you're looking for something that might give you a little bit of texture, if you're looking for a cocktail that's a little more full, a little more rich, I already mentioned condensed milk. You can use regular milk. Got heavy whipping cream. I've got an egg over here. I've got a few just classic mixers, club soda, a ginger beer, and a tonic. Got a number of bitters that I just happen to have around the house. We've got some cherries for garnish. Tea can be a really fun thing to use in a cocktail as well. If you're maybe feeling like the ingredients you have are a little bit bland, you want some more flavor in there, tea can be a great choice. You should also not overlook your spice cabinet. Maybe allspice, cinnamon, cloves, nutmeg. Those are generally relatively safe bets in cocktails. You might try if you wanted to add a little spice. I've got some red pepper there, I've got some dried rosemary, I've got some curry. If y'all remember the Johanna and Chico, I've used curry in a cocktail before. You know, the spice cabinet is a place where you could really add an interesting twist to maybe a cocktail you already know. Keep the rest of the drink the same and just add another layer of flavor, which can be super fun as well. Okay, so I've made some decisions here, and I landed on a drink that is sort of a spin on a drink that we used to have on the tasting room menu that I like a lot. It was based on a classic Clover Club, which is a gin cocktail. It's a raspberry syrup in it. It's got an egg white, it's got lemon. And I didn't exactly have that stuff. So I'm gonna talk about a couple substitutions that I'm gonna make. I didn't really have much plain sugar on hand, and so I thought a cool substitution would be honey. So I'm gonna make a honey syrup. I have strawberry jam, so I'm gonna give it a try with that, strawberry and honey. I know those things will taste good together. I've got some lemons, and then I do have an egg white, and then I've got my contortionist gin. So that's what's gonna go in this cocktail. Let's go make some honey syrup. I'm gonna do a 2-part honey to 1-part water syrup. So that's about 2 ounces. Let me get that into my pan here. 1 ounce of water. Just gonna put that on medium heat and give it a stir until the honey is kind of dissolved into the water and it's got an even consistency. This will help it incorporate into the cocktail much better. If I just tried to put straight honey in there, it would basically just get caught all over the ice and frozen to the side of the shaker tin, and it really wouldn't contribute the sweetness that you need it to contribute to in your cocktails. Okay, so I've got my honey syrup. I've juiced some fresh lemon juice. I've got 1 left for garnish. I haven't done anything to strawberry jam. I'm just gonna put it in there as is. Got my gin and I've got my egg. So I'm gonna start with the egg, just an egg white. As a basic rule, you can use equal parts of sweet and sour in order to balance out a cocktail. I'm gonna do 3/4 of an ounce of lemon, 0.75 lemon, because I'm gonna do 1.5 ounces of my contortionist gin. That's pretty typical. I would almost always either opt for 1.5 ounces or 2 ounces of the base spirit in whatever cocktail I'm making. I'm gonna do just 1/2 ounce of the honey syrup, bar spoon of it. It smells good. I'll add in my gin, 1.5 ounces of that. Ice is going to be different. These are relatively large cubes. They're pretty dense. If you're using ice that you've made in your freezer, it's not going to be nearly as dense, so you won't need to shake it as much. It also, if you're using like chipped ice or small, like some of that bagged crushed ice, yeah, you probably won't need to shake it as long either, or else it might get too watery. So because this is an egg white cocktail, I'm gonna do a reverse dry shake on it. The first shake is necessary to get all of the ingredients incorporated really well. I've just strained out my cocktail back into the shaker and I've ditched the ice. So now I'm gonna do a dry shake on it, which just means there's no ice in there. So my cocktail's already cold, it's already diluted. All I'm doing this time is just frothing it up more, getting the egg white a little bit more whipped up. Just pour it directly into my glass. This glass will probably be too small because it's an egg white cocktail. Those tend to be a little bit larger, so I'll have a little bit of a refill there, but that's okay. Egg whites do not smell good. Think of a aroma that you think would complement the drink and add that to the top. So if you're doing that with citrus, you can take a peel of it. You can point the peel side towards your drink, and then you can kind of just bend it out and you can see it, all that lemon oil just kind of go across the top there. I'm gonna taste this because I need to know if I estimated those proportions correctly or if I need to make some adjustments. So what I'm gonna be looking for is, can I taste everything that's in there? I wanna make sure that's not too sour or too sweet. So to my taste, that is really good. It is a bit on the lemony side. If you find that it's too sour for you, what you can do is add a little bit more of one of your sweet components. At this point, the easier one to add is going to be the honey because it's a liquid form, so it's going to incorporate more easily there. Generally speaking, equal parts of sour, equal parts of sweet, 2 parts, like double one of those ratios of a strong. You're going to shake a cocktail like that. If you're working with egg white, it's really fun to do. That's going to add kind of a texture to your drink. You can see that foam that I've got, a layer of foam there, and then the drink below. It's going to add a nice texture. That's all from the egg white. You could leave that out as well, and you would have a different cocktail. It would be, you know, a little less round, maybe a little edgier. It could be really nice that way too. And then if you're working with egg white, you're going to want to spritz something over the top. That could be bitters, something that has some aroma. You could use a spice from your spice cabinet. You could use citrus oil across the top as well. And so there's one example of what you could do to make a cocktail from your fridge. Okay, so let's say that you didn't have any citrus on hand in order to make a cocktail similar to the one we just made, but you did find some honey. We're gonna do kind of a stirred and boozy version. I'm gonna switch out the base spirit. We're just gonna do an old-fashioned style drink with that honey syrup we just made, and then some bitters as well. I'm gonna do 2 ounces of our American whiskey. I'm gonna do 1/4 ounce of this honey syrup. So I'm gonna use some orange bitters. Any type of bitters would work, but you're gonna get a different flavor with each one. So at that point, you've got a really simple, easy to do at home type of cocktail. It's definitely gonna be more of a sipper, less sort of light and refreshing, a little more kind of moody and brooding, but really delicious either way. So kind of, you can make decisions based on what you do have available at home. Make decisions. If you want to throw out anything in the comments, with some things that you do have in your fridge or in your spice cabinet or in your pantry, throw something out, let me know, and I can try to give you some ideas of what to make with it. But really, I think the most fun part of this will just be you getting to flex your own creativity, give some things a try, work with different base spirits, use some ingredients that maybe you never thought might go in a cocktail, and see what you can come up with. So we hope you'll follow along for the rest of this week as we go through each bartender doing their own version of what I just did here today. Thanks so much. Look forward to seeing what you all come up with.